Hey everybody, Sam here. Sorry I haven't made a video in a long time. I was just trying to think of a good topic. So, I'm going to tell the story of when I was almost scammed out of a drone. And along the way, I'm going to give you guys some pointers as how to not get scammed. So, I listed a drone. It was a Phantom 3, I'm pretty sure. And it was in working condition. It had all the parts except for 2 batteries. It comes with 4, so basically it had everything. And we tested it, and it was working and everything. So I got an offer that ended up being canceled because probably someone hijacked the person's account. They offered me more than it was worth, which is a huge red flag. If you ever get an offer for more than you're asking, don't. It's a scam. Logically, no one would do that. Uh, so I was a little jumpy to sell it, which is my first mistake. Never be over excited or too jumpy to sell an item unless you were strapped for cash, which I was not, and I am not right now. So I got an offer from a guy who was based in Nigeria, but was the address that it said to ship to on the shipping label was in the United States, which is where I live, as you can tell from this. Oh, I don't know. That's where I live. So this was clearly a red flag for me, and I ended up canceling the order because I was suspicious. And uh, yeah, quick thing: if the shipping label tells you to ship somewhere, that's fine, unless the person's based in a separate country or whatever. But if someone messages you, ship to a different address because the one on eBay is wrong, or like I need it somewhere, whatever sob story they give you, don't believe it. You're going to get scammed. Trust me. If someone gives you a convincing story about why they need it shipped to another location that's not what's on their shipping label, don't trust it. It's a scam. Better be safe than sorry with your money and your item. So I cleared that situation up, and it was really annoying to have to go through canceling the order and that false hope that I would actually sell the drone. And then I got another order from somebody who was based in the United States, and the address to ship to was a completely different state than the first guy. So I was like, all right, great, this is over. I'm shipping it to a real buyer who's not going to scam me. And then I checked again later in the day because I was doing other stuff that day, and the information had changed or I had misread it. The person lived in a certain state, and the address on their shipping label was in a different state, which also happened to be the same state as the original buyer who was from Nigeria. So now I was very skeptical. I'm like, okay, something's going on. There's no way that this is a coincidence. Like, yeah, it's a fairly large city or fairly populated state, but like, there's no way that someone from Nigeria and someone from allegedly another state in America is having me shipped to the same place where neither of them live. So, and I also checked the first buyer who I had canceled the order from because of the address being wrong, and their country of origin had been changed to the United States. So I had a feeling that some scammers were onto me and they were trying to get my drone. Now, I did a little research, which you should always do. I think I had accepted this offer, and there's really no way to do this research without accepting the offer, but you can always cancel an offer if this test I'm going to tell you turns up bad. I looked up the address, the exact address on the shipping label. Sorry, I plugged it into Google Docs Google Maps, brain fart, and it appears that the address that they wanted me to ship to was a warehouse that ships internationally to Nigeria. So I was like, all right, absolutely not. I'm not sending my drone to a warehouse because I'm asking to get scammed and lose my drone and then the money. And then they'll have my drone for free. So And it's totally okay to be skeptical. You should be skeptical because this is your money you're dealing with and your items, and there are people out there who are trying to scam you. If you're a new seller and you're new to, selling online and dealing with strangers, especially over the internet, you might be a little naive and think, oh, people are out there to get items and just be friendly. No, they're not. People are out there to screw you out of your items and your money, and in some cases your identity. It's just, don't trust people. So I also did some other research. I found one of the buyers, I think it was the original one, and I looked up his username on eBay in Google, which, you know, you can also do. And it turns out that he was very big on some website that focused on Nigerian business and trade and like selling electronics and stuff. So I was like, okay, I cracked this case. There's probably scammers or at least something fishy's going on here. So I called eBay. And again, another big tip, never have any shame in calling eBay to help you with any of this stuff. Like, if you think you're being scammed, it's your money and your item. Don't hesitate and don't think, oh, this isn't fair. The person's just trying to get an item for me. Don't fall for their sob story. Don't think the best of people because people are out there to screw you sometimes. So you got to be careful. Call eBay if you're not sure. It's totally okay. So that's what I did. I was feeling a little like, should I really or should I just see what happens? No, don't be stupid with your money. Don't be stupid with your item. Call eBay, which is what I did. And you guys might not be, hesitant to do that, but I was. So I'm just saying to anyone who's hesitant to call eBay about this stuff, do it. I called. I told them the situation that I had two buyers, one from Nigeria, one from America, both shipping to a place that's not where they lived, and all the details. And the person on the other end, the eBay rep, checked my account, immediately noticed that, oh, this person has a history of having like many different addresses, and I think they have some flags on them or whatever. So yeah, don't sell to them, and we're going to report this. So, okay, if eBay is going to report something, chances are, I think nothing's going to happen. But, whatever. Nice of them to report it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe something did happen. But, yeah. I went with my gut. I called eBay, and I was right. These people were trying to scam me. So I ended up not selling to them. And another person... So here's kind of the problem. If somebody buys it from you, the item, you have to put it back up, and you will obviously lose all the watchers and all the views that it had before. So, like, I think how it works is someone's watching your item, they see it gets sold, so they can't get it anymore, and then when you put it back up, you want those people the legit people to buy your item, but they don't know that it's been put back up. So, like, that's at least what I think, because, like, you lose all your watchers, so that could be a pain if you have to do this, if you have to go through denying a scammer, but it's worth it to not get scammed. So the eBay rep was really nice. She said, oh, we'll like put your item back up for free, like we'll put it back up for you, and you won't get a strike on your account for this. You won't get like, reprimanded for canceling a sale or whatever. You won't get negative points or however it works. Not negative feedback, like you won't get, it won't say that you like cancel the sale or whatever. So that was awesome of them, of eBay. So I commend them for that. And the item went back up, and eventually I ended up selling it to a legitimate buyer who I've received the money from. So this whole problem is over. And yeah, that's the story of how I got scammed, almost, by two people. So what we can learn from this is don't trust people immediately, because online everyone's out there for a different reason. Some people want your item. Some people want to take your item and scam you. Some people want your money. Some people want your identity, and it goes on and on from there. So do your research. Once you sell an item, go to the address that it's shipping to, plug that into a Google Maps or something, and see that that's actually a home. See that you're not shipping it to a warehouse or an abandoned park or something like that. You know, if you're concerned about a buyer, call eBay. They're there to help you. They're there to fix your problems. And I know eBay has this reputation of being for the buyer, and the seller can go screw themselves. Basically, like people say that, oh, eBay's there to help the buyer, and if you're a seller, you're left just left in the dust to lose your money. But that's not 100% true. eBay will help you if you have an actual issue. Call them. You know, right now their call center might be down, but when life returns to normal, if you have these problems, sorry, call eBay. And yeah, don't be too jumpy to sell your item unless you're like desperate for money. But in every other case, if you get a bad offer, it's not the end of the world. You're not gonna never sell your item. You don't have to drop your item like $50 or $100 or whatever because you got one bad offer. Don't get desperate. Don't get jumpy. Be patient, and eventually you'll find a good buyer who's legitimate and who you'll actually make a good deal with. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you learned something. And yeah, let me know in the comments two things. One, any other topics you want me to talk about, because I can talk about whatever, and I just need to know what you guys want to learn about and hear about. I could tell other stories and stuff. And tell me if you guys have ever had any scams, like if you've ever been scammed or you know someone, or how you beat the scam. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. See you in the next one. Bye.